So today is March 1st, 2025, and I'm just giving a brief reflection on today is about Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana, and why I transferred from Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana. The facts of the story is that I got caught up in a book scandal, loaning kids books, and pretty much Bubba Cunningham was the athletic director, and now he's at UNC, ironically, and he's from Flint, Michigan. And then Brady Hoke was his first year head coaching, also alum of Ball State University, but also the offensive line coach for defensive line coach for national champions of University of Michigan. And then Eric Lewis, Michigan State. And that's all in the story. But now defensive coordinator at the Naval Academy, ironically. And I was recruited by Naval Academy in high school. Long story short, I was loaning kids books, a little side hustle. Because we found out that, with our full scholarships that we can go get our books. And once it rolled over from the amount that we had on our scholarship, it would keep rolling over at that time period because they didn't update their systems at Ball State University. Huge scandal. It was 43 athletes involved in it. They had a huge poster. I still got saved. Violators' name from baseball, softball, basketball, football. It was 16 of us that was involved in it. I was going to miss 7 games in my junior season. I didn't even sell that much. The reason we got caught is because 2 players on the football team, basically, one was dropping out and one never went to class, and they accumulated damn near like $30,000 worth of books, and they got us all caught. And the crazy thing is, they made a big deal out of our situation, even though the year before I got there, the male volleyball team had a huge scandal that won a national championship in volleyball. Men volleyball in Muncie, Indiana, they got caught up selling coke on campus and had $5 million they got caught with. And they made a book, like 2 years later, they made a scandal out of us for loaning kids books. But the reason I got my suspensions, I think personally, for 7 games in my junior season was because also I was giving kids fake IDs. So basically, it was like a few of us that knew about it, didn't know how to do it. And that's why all 3 of us got caught up where we had huge suspensions. My boy Charles from that's in Chicago now, but Charles win. But it was interesting. So basically, it was only a few of us doing it where basically the house parties was fun. Like, at that time period, Ball State University is number 2 party school in the country besides Texas University. People didn't know that in Muncie, Indiana. And basically, but the bar life, because Indianapolis was damn near like, an hour away. So the bar life was popping, but it was strict on you being over 21. So we had those fake licenses. What that time period, what we did was Social Security office, our Secretary of State, they didn't have an update in their systems at that time period to have people's photos in the computers. So all you had to do was get your somebody's birth certificate, go to the Secretary of State and say, I lost my ID. Bam. They update it, put it in the system, give you a new license, fake ID license at that time period. And then 2 days later, all you have to do is have that same person go back and say they lost their license with the same birth certificate and get their license updated to the same one back again. That was the scheme we did. And long story short, it ended up biting me in the butt later on because before I became a chemical process engineer after college, in my 3rd security clearance through EPA after the military. No, was this? No, I'm my bad. Was this that time period? Yeah, it was. I got my military security clearance before, so then I got in trouble. But when I got my security clearance with the EPA, 7, 8 years later after college, the FBI had me come to downtown Detroit. They're like, we gotta talk to you. We saw you had some fake licenses. We're using Muncie, Indiana. We got in our system. So just tell us that, you were just wanting to have fun and go to the bar or club. And I was like, yeah, that was pretty much it. They was like, okay, you're good. They let me go. So that's my 2 cents. And that's why I transferred to Howard University. That's a longer other story, my connections with that and then getting Howard in full scholarship in Washington, D.C. But students from Ball State, family members were pissed because there was a lot of prominent kids that got caught up in that scandal from volleyball, baseball, basketball, football, softball, etc. They joined a lawsuit that sued EA Sports because our names was on the jerseys. I got a check years later, 2014 or 2013, with that lawsuit for our likeness on the EA Sports games. They couldn't make a video game. Their video game just came back out last year. They didn't make a video game since 2008 or 7. because of that lawsuit. I got my check and the IRS tried to get me for that damn check. That's like, dude, you got to pay taxes on this back then. So that's my 2 cents for Ball State University and why I transferred to Howard University. March 1st, 2025.